Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is formatting variables in Google Tag Manager. In Google Tag Manager, we can format and transform the return value of a user defined variables. As we know, there are basically two types of variables in Google Tag Manager. One is this built-in variable, and other is the user defined variables. So note my words, we can change the format and transform the return value of a user defined variables only, not built-in variables. Okay, but yeah, we can use them in some way. So what does this mean, and why do we need this? So sometimes what happens is this basically helps in normalizing the value that are sent to your tags or reports, and reduce the need to create like extra events for situation where value needs to be consistent. Okay, so before going it practically, let me show you what I mean by this is, suppose we are creating a new variable, and let's say I create a data variable. So this the format value, if we click it here, we see these things. These are the formatting values, and by this we can do certain things. I will show you in a bit of time. But why do we need it? So I have a photo that I've downloaded from Google. Sorry. Yeah, so in this we have the report of a website. So we can see it here, like we have data from Facebook, and Facebook. So it is pretty much common that our users or our clients are coming from Facebook itself. But just because the team or the development team or someone has written it differently in different ways, like F small, F capital, FB capital, full face capital. So in this way our data gets scattered, and we need to do things once more so that we can have a combined data. So as you can see here, we have some problem with this data. This report is not finalized report. So for this thing, we needs to further format our variables. Okay, now let us see what it means is, like, this is my site which I'm working on, and suppose I go to this link, and this is my debug mode. Click on the link. I Yeah, so this is the URL, and suppose I want my URL. Okay, this is my URL, this thing. So let's create a variable, data layer variable, say element URL, or okay, element URL. Let's data variable name, and let's look at change case. Let's say I wanted to open, and we have different cases also. We'll discuss this in a bit of time. So everything looks fine. Let's save it. Okay, and let's try it. Okay, I go back to this page again, and so we're working on this. Let's get to variables. Okay, I think I did some mistake over here. Let's take some different thing. Let's copy this, come back to our variable, change this name to, say this, or we can say category, change the name of page post type. Everything will remain same. I think this might happen as URL is always taken in lower case characters by default. So let's go to data layer, variables. Yeah. So our category changes to capital. Okay. So this is working. The thing with URL is that I think because URL is always considered to be in lowercase characters, and I think it has been the default case scenario. Let us explore the other things, like we have here convert null to something, convert undefined to something, convert true to something, or convert false to something. So this is the pretty easy case and the most, I can say, common case or the most used case while do for a training purpose. We can also set it as default here as something. Suppose if we can undefine enter something undefined or something null, then these values should get here and have our, like, no values, something like that. Okay. And what happens if I click each and every one of this? So what is it gonna be? So I must tell you, if multiple options are selected, then they will take effect in the order shown from top to bottom. So our list will go from top to bottom. Okay. And this option is kind of very useful if you want to standardize your data, as we have seen in this report that the report was not completely all right. So this is a way of formatting your variables in GTM. That's it for this video, and we'll catch back soon. Thank you.